Hey Cadillac fans, Daniel here and welcome back to the Jet Fuel Only channel. Today we've got another ATS-V product review and installation. It's the Extreme Online Store, or EOS, carbon fiber side splitters for your ATS-V. Now, if you haven't seen my other video where I show you how to install the carbon fiber front splitter for the ATS-V, be sure to check that out, pop out banner right about there. Okay, so EOS sent me these products to do this install demo for you, but I assure you that my opinions in this video are my own. With that being said, sometimes you may not get a perfect part from EOS, and they know this. They've been trying to improve their quality standards. So you'll see on their website, they say they're gonna inspect every piece before it goes out and even repolish as necessary. And even if you do get a part that you're not quite happy with, they do take returns or exchanges. However, the splitters they gave me, they are perfect. They look beautiful, they fit perfect, and I'm pretty happy with it. But even at $399.99, that's how much these are, pretty much a steal. I wouldn't even expect perfection out of carbon fiber because, you know, there's a reason that GM's gonna charge you thousands of dollars for similar carbon fiber parts. So $399.99, excellent price for these. So I think you should consider getting them. Even if they aren't perfect, I promise you no one's gonna notice. All right, so let's take a closer look at the packaging and quality of this product, and then I'll show you how to install them all by yourself. Let's get to it. The splitters come very well packed in this rather beefy box. It took a little time to get it unpacked, but it was worth it. Inside you'll find they are wrapped in foam, and it was marked grade B, so that had me a little worried at first, but once I got them out, boy, they looked good. In fact, I didn't really see any blemishes that I could tell, except for one, but I'll show you that in a minute. It's not even on an area that you see. Looking at them, they're fairly smooth when it comes to the resin, which is one of the things that can go wrong with carbon fiber parts. And if you look closely, the weave looks really good as well. Here's the underside. They're rather thin, but because they're carbon fiber, hopefully they're still kind of strong. But I can imagine them cracking easily if hit with the right object. Right here is the only blemish I found in the weave, but this part goes up against the car, so you'll never see it. All right, now that we know the parts look good, let's get on with the installation. To install your side splitters, you'll need the following tools. You'll want some 3M double-sided automotive adhesive tape if it doesn't come with the splitters, available at most auto parts stores. A T15 Torx bit to remove the tire deflector if needed. A Phillips head screwdriver to install the screws that come with the splitters, and a 5/64 or even a 3/32 drill bit. If you don't want to install the screws by hand, I suggest the DeWalt XR impact driver, and of course the DeWalt XR drill to drill the holes. You'll also want a microfiber towel and some 70% IPA or isopropyl alcohol or equivalent cleaner. Lastly, you'll want a jack and jack stands to make the install easier. All right, before we go to the car, let's prep the splitters. First, we want to clean them with the isopropyl alcohol. This will ensure that any oils are removed from the product from the manufacturing process. Then we're going to apply the 3M double-sided adhesive tape to the edge of the splitter. It goes along the part that attaches to the car, and you can apply it no more than a 1/4 inch below the ridge line of the splitters. I think the 3M tape is important because it keeps rocks from getting caught between the splitters and your body panels, and just sort of closes the seam between the two parts. Trim up the 3M adhesive and then apply pressure for at least 15 to 25 seconds or so in each area to ensure that it's fully adhered to the splitter. Use a razor blade to lift up the backing and have a little tag hanging off. This will be helpful later, you'll see. Okay, we're gonna lift the vehicle, so you'll wanna chalk one of the wheels and then raise the front of the car at the front jack point. This will raise most of the one side. Use a jack stand to support the rear of the car for safety, and then have a couple other jack stands or equivalent sized objects to help support the splitters while you work. But before you bring the splitters over, clean up the rocker panel. You want to wipe it totally clean until there's no dirt coming off. Now you can grab your splitter and set it up next to the car. Take a look, fit it on there dry and see how it looks. See, if you need to adjust it forward or aft at all. In the back, you'll notice that it's a pretty tight fit with that tire deflector. I think it's okay, but just to be sure, I decided to remove the tire deflector while I did the install. We'll put it back on later. It's just held on with a few T15 Torx screws. Once that's off and you're confident about the fitment of the splitter, you can try to apply parts of it, at least gently, to the body panels. Optimally, you don't want to have to pull it away again. It could mess up how the tape looks. So I'm just going to press gently at the front and then go to the back, make sure everything looks good. The front looks good, so I'm going to give it a little extra pressure and then pull the backing away. Unfortunately, the backing broke right here, so now I have nothing to grip. So I do suggest doing this on both ends and maybe even starting a tag somewhere in the middle, because it's a little harder to get it off when it's close to the body panel here. All right, this is looking good, so I'm gonna pull the adhesive backing off and apply the splitter, but don't pinch the backing in there, it'll get caught again. Once you feel confident that it's good, go ahead and apply pressure. This will pay off in the long run. 3M tape needs good pressure for at least 15 to 30 seconds. This is really important for the longevity of how the splitter sticks to the body panel. So take your time and press each section for a while. Now here in the rear section, I realized it wasn't completely flush. So to remove this end, hit it with a quick blow with the palm of your hand. Don't try to flex it, you could crack the splitter. This was not too bad, so then I got it on there flush and applied pressure so it could stay. Now, although the tape will hold it pretty well, we should install the screws that came with the splitters. So first we're going to drill small holes. You only need to drill through the splitter, leaving the rocker panel underneath as a place for the screw to bite into. But you don't want to just put the screws through the carbon fiber, as it may crack. I'm going to start with a screw at the very end and then work my way down and put about 8 or 9 screws along the way. It doesn't really matter where you put them. There is a chance that there's a couple spots where the screws might not go in, but the odds are that you're going to go right through some rocker panel plastic and it's going to be secured pretty well. Now, I put these all under the bottom flat section. In reality, you could add some more for extra support on the angled section, like here and here, but I chose not to do that because honestly, it's a little too close to being visible if I ever remove the splitters, and I've installed a lot of splitters and they've always held up well with just tape and screws along the bottom portion. If you're happy with that, go ahead and reinstall the tire deflector. If the tire deflector and the splitters interfere with each other, you may want to do a little trimming on the tire deflector. Now that you're almost done, remove the jack stands, lower the car to the ground. But be careful, your car is just a little bit lower now with those side splitters. You want to make sure that the car doesn't come down and squash on top of the jack. And that's it, folks. Just repeat for the other side and you can admire the fine work you just did. Alright, that's it for installing the carbon fiber side splitters from EOS on your ATS-V. Now I gotta warn you, these things stick out a little farther from the bottom of your door area, so you need to learn to step out and in differently. Otherwise you're gonna step on them, you could damage them, scuff them up, and you're gonna need to tell your friends the same every time they get in the car, because you're gonna learn, but they're gonna forget. Believe me, I know, I've been running splitters like this on my car for a couple years now. Alright, if you like this video, please show me by hitting the the like button, subscribe, and consider hitting the bell. You never know when I'm gonna have more ATS-V products on the channel. Plus, got other great fun car stuff, and of course, the latest edition, my 2021 Porsche Cayman GT4. Sorry, I'm so excited. I can't wait to be making more videos on that. Thank you so much for watching the Jet Fuel Only channel. I'll see you next time.